Hello everybody, welcome back to the Real Weather Forecast. Now in today's update, I'll be talking about our severe weather potential and even some heavy rains across portions of Florida this coming weekend into Friday morning into Saturday. Now right now there is a pretty strong low pressure system starting to develop out here by the Texas-Louisiana border offshore, and this will all slowly work its way across the Gulf, becoming pretty much a big blob of rainfall ahead of the main, like a broad low pressure system will develop up here, the trailing cold front. Now, what this means for us is we'll see some pretty heavy rain, mainly confined to the South Florida area and up into the Keys, as a warm front sector will pretty much stall out right here as a low transverses up with a cold front overtaking the warm front. So right around here is what the most instability, in my opinion, will be at. As it terms, it comes heavy rainfall and even some isolated tornadoes or even water spouts. Now we can look at the model here as it curls across. So we do have our system really amplifying toward the evening hours of tonight. As you can see, it gets pretty robust out there. Now, if you look toward the east coast into Florida right here, there will be some isolated convection developing along the sea breeze as we do have a slight increase of moisture. Now, it'll be very isolated and scattered and very low topped as there's still dry air above present, keeping the lid of things too strong, as it'll be very quick, short showers. Now, other than that, today should be a very nice day with some clouds mainly toward the south, as it's quite sunny up here where I'm at, up by Daytona. And keep it going forward with the model. You can see the shower activity down there by Lake Okeechobee as that sea breeze pushes inland. Now in the Gulf, big massive rain out there with some strong thunderstorms embedded with them. So if any oil rigs out there, boaters, fishing, be careful. There's going to be some very strong wind gusts and water spouts with them. Now the first of the rain will start to approach the west side of the state into the Gulf Coast with some just scattered into numerous showers and even some moderate showers at times. And it'll all work its way across the state as you are still sleeping overnight tonight. Now the roads will be quite wet in the morning when you wake up heading to work, and it looks like the activity does pretty pick up as that bulk of rain mostly confined toward the southern portion, more like central southern area of Florida, as that bulk of rain slowly works its way south. Now, there is a lot of models been showing a dry break right here as a heavy bullseye down south and a little bit of heavy bullseye up here. And that's all due to dry air getting kind of sucked in from the low. And we can see with the model here, if I can get it to work. Up here, I'll look at tropical tidbits. They're way better with this. And looking like the point here is relative humidity. So here's that big ball of rain, and you can see there's like little pockets of dry air mixed in with it, as this is a very sloppy system, very broad too. And now some spots will get heavier rain than others, especially South Florida. And I'll show you there's an excessive rainfall risk down there for some flash flooding, as we haven't really seen much rain in the past couple weeks here, so the ground might be a little dry on the drier side. So it should flood quite easily as the soils can't consume as much rain in a short period of time. Now oh, heading into the evening hours of Friday, and you can see here is the backside of the low. You can see it's pumping in that much drier air. Mainly will be up here towards central Florida, while all the heavier rain will be down in South Florida. And you can see now heading out of Florida as the low is pulling in more moisture around the Gulf Stream, which is usually right around here. So all that wind going across the Gulf Stream will put in some much needed moisture up here into the Carolinas, and even into sometime Virginia. So they'll get a lot of rain up there too, and as they'll keep wrapping around here, some moisture. But as the moisture goes back around, it'll hit this dry air, and looks like it'll kind of die out for the time being. Now, this is the GFS model though. There's many other models that show different outcomes, but I'll show you the Euro and the GFS as the main two that everyone uses. So you can see there's that very big dry slot coming in. This is overnight, tomorrow night into Saturday, early Saturday morning, 2 a.m. You can see still lots of moisture down there in the Keys. So they're still having some rain trailing in while we do have a little dry period coming in. But then it looks like it kind of moistens up a little bit during the day. But it looks like GFS really shows the dry air getting sucked in quite fast, but lingering down in South Florida. And if you look at the Euro is a little quicker on the drier air. Yeah, much quicker with the Euro as it clears things out much faster. As you can see, if we look at the precipitation, and let's see. So yes, much bullseye down south, as we do have this very dry slot right in the middle. And the Euro, same idea. Most of the heavy rain will be down south, as some excess rain will be mostly overnight. It looks like should be clearing out. Maybe some excess rain Sunday, or sorry, Saturday, as our winds start to slow down and quickly change from the northeast. So back to this model. Now this is more of a composite model instead of a global model, which is smaller resolution. It's more convective allowing, and I've been noticing this model will have more activity firing up as the heavy rain blows through tomorrow morning, quickly moves out, and then we have another reinitiation of activity across the area start to develop. It's really interesting, and now that model's been showing that, we can see some pretty strong storms popping up as we start to clear out, and maybe some daytime heating. I'm not really seeing too much of severe weather up here, more confined down here. You can see the big bulk rain by the Keys. This can be some very strong, some water spouts in there, very strong winds. But yeah, it shows more rain activity. So Friday looks wet with some dry periods. So if you're down in South Florida, looks like it'll probably rain most of the day as it still trails down there. And with a very dry period coming in for Saturday. Actually, here's Friday night or overnight Saturday. You can see there's that dry air coming in, getting ingested in, with South Florida still in the rain. Now this model actually gets another initiation of convection Saturday, early Saturday, which is really interesting. I guess see how other models are doing with that. A lot of models are not really showing that as the dry air quickly gets in really fast. That was a terrible arrow. As dry air gets entrained right here. So maybe we have some low level moisture coming in. That could be it. And if you get enough instability, it can break through that dry air above. Have to see what the models are showing. And we're actually gonna look at that. If I do this, what time is this? This is 12 in the morning. Lots of activity, wow. And then it clears out by the afternoon. So bottom line is rainy activity Friday and lingering rainfall looks like into Saturday, and Sunday should start clearing out, but it does get a lot windier. So here's what the rainfall totals are looking like. You can see bullseye down there in South Florida and the Keys, up to upwards of even 5 to 7 inches of rain. That's quite a bit of rain. And you see that big tight gradient right here as that dry air gets entrained right here, limiting the rainfall amounts. Look at the fronts. You can see there's that warm front coming in to very early morning hours tonight into Friday early morning as you get up for work. Lingering rains. Here's Saturday. So I can see why the model is showing rain, because that cold front's approaching, which acts as more lift for any shower development. But you can see they put more of a chance for rain instead of scattered, as the models are very inconsistent with that redevelopment of rain. Heading to the day, the front clears out by Sunday morning. Sunday morning looks pretty beautiful, but there will be some chance of showers along the coast. As if you look at the model here, here is a Euro. You can see right about here offshore, the winds start to really pick up as that tight pressure gradient forms. And we have a low out here, high over here, and you get the strong strong winds come in. It looks like it could bring in some moisture, brisking along the coast here by the Cape, maybe in the Volusia County, but it'll probably be more like low clouds and with a light sprinkly, drizzly day, at least into the morning hours of Sunday, and it should clear out after that as our dry air really picks in. And you can see this. Yeah. Okay, I see. So it'd be very low topped rain. So it'd be more of like a drizzly, sprinkly kind of type stratiform rain if it does manage to come in. Alright, and the last I got for you guys is what's going to happen after that. Now, so far we got temperatures will start to warm up a little bit, then knock right back down Sunday, and actually even probably during the weekend as we just have constant rain and cloud cover, not really limiting the sunshine amounts. But the date, if we head into early next week, should clear out as that cold front slides through Sunday, and we do have another potential system coming in Tuesday. Well, not here Tuesday. Sorry. Here's a strong cold front right here. It's like another cold front could push through the area. Now models are showing limited moisture with this, but it is still weak out. And this one actually shows low pressure. So still weak out for that one, but let's just more focus on the severe weather threat and heavy rain threat coming this weekend. And if we look real quick at SPC, they do have, see along the Gulf Coast and South Florida marginal risk for some strong storms, even some severe, as the main threat looks to be wind and even some tornado threat. Now hail, I don't really see this as a more hail threat. It's definitely more of a wind threat, as there's lots of dry air aloft with moisture, which helps create strong downburst. And then looking into Saturday, still a marginal risk down there, very South Florida into the Keys, as that lingering moisture stays down there with general thunderstorms for us, and even some marginal risk for some very strong storms out by Virginia in the Outer Banks. Alright, and that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, we have rainfall should start tonight across the area as light to moderate rain, and the morning commute looks a little wet, and it could be a dry break of rain for Central Florida, but South Florida will be continuing seeing some heavy rain. And I'll keep you posted on how the models are showing for Saturday if we get this initiation again developed. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.